Alright, let's talk about something that doesn't get brought up enough. Everyone sees Roblox as this fun, colorful platform for kids, but under the surface, it's a machine that profits off of young developers and barely pays them for the work that keeps the whole thing running. It's a system that hooks kids in early, makes sure they only learn how to build in one engine, and then when they finally start making money, Roblox takes 3/4 of it. Not a joke. 76% gone. And what is it they're taking that cut for? Servers, moderation, exposure. Yeah, we'll break all that down, don't worry. What sparked this video was a tweet from my own brother, who called this out directly. And after reading through the replies and seeing who commented, I could not talk about it. This isn't just about percentages. It's about how an entire generation of young creators are being funneled into a system that teaches them to build for a platform that punishes them the more successful they get. It's about how Roblox advertises freedom while slowly tightening control. So today I want to break it all down. The revenue cuts, the DevX trap, the promise of tools like Steam with half the support, and how a kid-made garden simulator with a tiny budget just beat every AAA Steam game in the world, all while getting paid a fraction of what it earned. Let's start with this. Roblox takes 76% of your revenue. Yeah, you heard that right. So here's the part that people outside the dev space don't usually understand, and honestly, a lot of new developers don't fully realize until it's too late. Roblox advertises itself as a platform where you can build your own game, become a top developer, and make real money. And technically, that is true. You can make money on Roblox. But what they don't tell you upfront is how much of that money actually ends up in your hands. Let's say someone spends $10 on Robux. That usually gets 800 Robux. Now follow the money trail here with me. First cut for the platform fee of mobile/console, which is roughly 85 to 90% of the player base. If that purchase happens on mobile, Apple or Google will take 30% right off the top. So now that $10, we're down to 7 going into Robux. The second cut is Roblox's internal economy. That $7 is turned into 800 Robux, which can be spent in any game. So I forgot to add right here that when you spend money in a game, it also takes 30% and you get 70% of the revenue after. This is after, so if this sounds a little bit weird, that's why, but I don't want to go back over the whole script just to say that's a background of the script. But when a developer tries to exchange that Robux for real money through DevX, third cut, DevX. Roblox pays developers at a fixed rate of $3.50 per 1,000 Robux. So if you earned those 800 Robux, that's worth $2.80 on cash out. Now compare that to the $10 the player originally spent. You're getting less than 30% of the money your game earned, and that's if the player bought Robux on the website. If they bought on mobile or console, where the rates are cut even worse to deter people from buying off-site, you're getting closer to 24.5%, sometimes even lower. Let me put it simply. Roblox keeps 75 to 76 cents of every dollar your game earns. You get the remaining 24. And that's before taxes, before fees, before anything else, just off the top. Now look at this tweet. That's not speculation. That's clearly math. And sure, Roblox claims to cover this with their infrastructure they host your game on. They moderate it, they provide discovery, etc. But Steam gives developers 70% and still provides that. Epic Games Store, 88% of the devs. Roblox, 24.5% if you're lucky. The truth is, Roblox's economy is designed so the money stays inside the platform, and they make it intentionally difficult to pull out. You need at least 30,000 Robux to cash out. This is roughly 105 USD, and by this time, you've made Roblox $428.57. That is insane. And on top of that, you have to pay for Roblox Premium just to be eligible for DevX. You're literally paying to earn less. This is the kind of system that preys on young developers. Kids get hyped up thinking they'll make money building games, and they do technically, but once the math kicks in, they realize Roblox is taking over 3/4 of their revenue, and then telling them it's because of server costs and discovery. It's not a partnership, it's a pipeline. And when you compare it to how other platforms treat indie creators, it becomes clear Roblox isn't a creative playground, it's a walled garden. Now here's the part where Roblox starts giving you the corporate pitch. Anytime someone brings up this ridiculous revenue split, they'll hit you with the usual, well, actually, Roblox provides hosting, moderation, customer support, analytics, free discovery, and payment processing. That's what you're paying for. Alright, fair point. Hosting games across millions of players globally isn't free. You need servers, moderation systems, staff. But let's really look at that claim and ask, is it worth 75% of everything a developer makes? Because when you strip it down, here's what developers actually get. So first of all, hosting and servers. Yes, Roblox handles servers, but that's not unique. Steam does that, and Steam doesn't take 3/4 of your revenue. Hosting is a baseline, not a luxury. And let's be real, Roblox's servers are far from perfect. Ask any dev about random data losses, performance drops, or broken updates. You're not exactly getting reliability, especially for the price they're taking. Number 2, moderation. This one's tricky. Roblox says it uses part of your cut to moderate gains, but what they don't say is that they're now shifting moderation responsibility onto the developers themselves. You can literally see this in their new terms of service as of July 2025, where they added a clause that says, and I quote, "If we find an experience, group, or community in which a significant portion of users are egregiously violating the Roblox terms, Roblox reserves the right and its sole discretion to moderate the experience, group, or community if the creator or group/community owners do not take reasonable actions to limit the violative behavior. If Roblox determines in its sole discretion that a creator or group/community owner has violated the Roblox terms in their application and/or administration of their Roblox experience or group/community, Roblox reserves the right in its sole discretion to moderate the creator or group/community owners." Which, translation, if your game has a moderation problem and you don't handle it, they will. But until then, it's on you. So they take 76%, but still expect you to do the job. That's not support, that's outsourcing risks. And my brother perfectly called that out in his tweet. If you're going to shift the responsibility of moderation to your developers, we can at least get more than 24% of the revenue we generate for you. They want devs to handle moderation with child-safe tools inside games played by millions for 24% pay. Make that make sense. Now, number 3, discovery. Let's talk about this free discovery line. Roblox says they're giving you visibility, but visibility to who exactly? The algorithm is clearly pay to win. If you want your game to trend, you're usually spending thousands on ads or sponsored slots. Small developers get buried unless they go viral or sink real money into competing. So not only are you making less than 25%, you often have to reinvest that back into Roblox just to stay afloat. It's a closed loop. Compare that to something like Steam Discovery Queue or YouTube's trending algorithm, where you're at least paid for views and your odds of being seen aren't tied to an ad spend. Roblox claims to promote great content, but great content means nothing if it can't afford visibility. And then next, support and analytics. Customer support, you're lucky to hear back. And analytics, sure, Roblox gives you the basics: retention, playtime, Robux earned, but no real back-end tools to analyze deeper behavior unless you build your own systems manually. Meanwhile, Unity, Unreal, and even smaller platforms offer detailed dashboards, crash logs, error reporting, heat maps, playtesting tools, the actual tools devs need to improve games. Roblox analytics feel like what YouTube gave creators 10 years ago. So what are you really getting? It's like you're renting a booth at a convention, but they control the power, charge you to decorate, tax your earning, make you clean your own mess, and then bill you again for quote-unquote exposure. And the worst part is, most people making these games are kids. Literal teenagers, sometimes even younger, getting in development early because of how Roblox pitches itself as a game dev playground. What they're actually walking into is a closed economy, where you learn their tools, use their currency, and then struggle to leave once you build something successful. Because your skills don't always transfer. They lock you into the platform, then take most of your money while pretending they're doing you a favor. This isn't democratizing game development. This is control disguised as opportunity. Now let's compare Roblox to platforms it wants to be seen alongside with: Steam, Epic, and even itch.io. Roblox says it's a platform for game developers. Cool, let's treat it like one. Steam takes 30% of your game's revenue. Sounds high? Until you realize that's it. You keep the other 70%. No funny conversions, no premium currency loophole, no payout fees. You set your price in real money, you get paid in real money, and if your game does well, Steam promotes it. No extra cost, no Robux ad loops. And yes, you're allowed to move on. Build a following, release your next game on console. Want to go indie? Put it on itch. Your brand is yours. Roblox, you're lucky to make 24.5%. And even that takes weeks or months to cash out. On top of that, you're stuck in their system, their engine, their currency, and their rules. Epic Store only takes 12%, and that's with a full-grade AAA engine and Unreal Engine 5. Full royalties are waived under $1 million, and frequent dev support like mega grants and actual publishing partnerships. They offer you the tools to go pro. Roblox gives you the tools to build for Roblox. There's a reason developers graduate from Roblox to Unity or Unreal. It's not just money, it's freedom. Even small-time indies on itch.io can set their revenue share. Want to give 10% of the platform? Done. Want to keep it all? You can. No platform tells you what your cut is, except Roblox. And this is where it hits hardest, especially people like me who've spent years on Roblox. You start young, you learn Lua, you get good at the engine, you start building actual games, and then, before you realize it, you've got a massive audience and no transferable skill set. You don't know Unreal, you don't know Unity, you can't even code in C#, and you spent 3 to 5 years working under a platform that took 75% of your earnings and called it generous. Meanwhile, your friends are using free engines and launching on Steam and getting paid what they're worth. It's a trap built on loyalty, and it works. Because when you grow up on Roblox, the idea of switching feels terrifying. You're comfortable, you're successful, but you're stuck. That's the system they built. This isn't a video about trashing Roblox, but that's exactly why I'm saying this. I heard to see a place that inspired so many young developers turn into something that exploits their time, talent, and potential. This isn't fair pay, this isn't a platform built for creators, it's a platform built for control, and that control is wearing the mask of opportunity. So if you're watching this and you're just starting out, or you've been building games on Roblox for years, I'm not saying quit. I'm saying know your worth. Learn other engines, build your brand outside of the platform. Don't let your entire career belong to a company that won't even give you a full 30%. At the end of the day, Roblox is a powerful platform, but power without fairness creates problems. Young developers are pouring years of their lives into this system, often with little idea of what they're truly giving up. And while some may find success, the structure behind it all remains stacked against them. If you're a developer, or thinking about becoming one, you deserve to understand what you're stepping into. Thanks for watching. If you find this video informative, please leave a like, share it around, and let me know what you think in the comments. Also, check out my second channel where I post anything that doesn't fit my description as a Roblox developer. Link will be in the description.